Hi guys, in today's tutorial I want to show you how you can make a jetpack for your survival server. And I need your feedback on that because I didn't do any command block tutorials yet because I thought I want to focus on survival features. I know quite a lot about command blocks, as you maybe noticed on my community server that there are command blocks everywhere that are doing everything. So I could make tutorials if you'd like to see them, so let me know in the comments if you want to see more of command block tutorials for survival features that you can implement on your server. But enough of babbling, let's start with this tutorial. As you can see in my hotbar, I've got a leather tunic and some coal, and if I first of all throw the coal away and put on my leather tunic, which is my jetpack, you can see that particles appear under my feet, but nothing else is happening. Because, I don't have any fuel. Let me quickly change the weather, so it's not raining. And if you're playing in a amplified world, it's quite hard to get around on these beautiful mountains, so I thought, let me do a jetpack, which you have to fuel with coal. And if I now take the coal, you can see that I get a jump boost effect, and I can just start flying around as, if I had a jetpack. It's different from creative flying. It's more like jumping around and hovering, and if I stop jumping I won't take any fall damage because I'm hovering down, and I can easily get around in my amplified world or just normal world to take a look at the beauty of this world. And to show you how this is working, I will actually go into another world where I can demonstrate the command blocks a little bit better, so see you in just a second. Alright, so here I am, and as you can see, the command blocks that you need is not a lot. It's only, 10 command blocks that you need for this, and you also need 3 different scoreboards, and I will show you how to set them up real quick and won't go into too much detail about the commands, just show you what they do, and then you can copy them out of the description of the video. But first of all, let me show you what the concept behind this is. So if I have my jetpack equipped and I jump, you may see that there's a block appearing under my feet, and if I middle click now on this block, you can see that this is a barrier block. And if we're now in creative, we can see these particles when there is a barrier block, and they will stay a bit longer as the block, so we can see what is happening. So when I fly around, you can see that there are barrier blocks appearing under my feet and disappearing quite soon afterwards. So I'm leaving kind of a tail of barrier blocks. These are actually not here anymore. These are just the particles, so we can see them. And as you can see, I'm just creating barrier blocks under my feet, so I have something to jump on, and also when I hover down, something to stand on, so I don't get any fall damage and don't fall as fast. And if you don't have anything or any barrier block in your hand, you won't notice them quite a lot and can just fly around real smoothly. The updating order of the command blocks is super important for this machine. So as you can see, I've got the numbers here written down from 1 to 7, but not in the right order. And you need to figure out in which order you need to put the commands yourself. And I want to show you how you can do this. So first up, you will place 7 command blocks with a redstone line behind it, and I did this over here. And in these command blocks, you will write in say A to say G. And if you then power this line once, you will get the order of your command blocks in which they get updated. So I've got here A, C, D, E, F, G, B. And then you just take signs and you take a look in chat. So A is the first one, so I will put a 1 here. Then C is the second one, so I put a 2 here. And you can already see that the order is not the same in these two setups. But if you repeat this, you will get the right order for your commands, and you can just take the stuff out of these command blocks where I say, okay, in the one with the 1, you put this, and so on. Without caring too much, so you need to figure out in which order you need to put this first, and then you're good. As I said, you need 3 scoreboards to make this work, and I want to quickly show you how to add them. So the first one is the jetpack scoreboard, so you just do scoreboard objective add jetpack, and it's a dummy, so you can write any numbers into it. Then the second one is also a dummy, which is called fuel. So we can just do this. And the third one is the jump objective, because that makes you lose coal while using your jetpack. And this is a statistic jetpack, and it's called stat.jump. So when you have these added, you already did the biggest step, because now it's just copying in the different commands. And as I said, I will put them in the description so you can copy them, but I want to quickly explain what they do. So first up, we set the objective fuel for everybody to 0. Why do we do that? It's because we need to detect if somebody has fuel in his inventory. And if we set it to 0, and in the next updating, so at the second, we can test then, or we can set for everybody the fuel to 1 that has any coal in his inventory. And that makes, so if you have coal in your inventory, you get a 1 in this objective, and if you have no coal, you won't set it to 1, so you won't have any coal. Then there's another of these tricks kind of with the jetpack. We set the jetpack to 0 for everybody, and then we test if we have a leather tunic in the right slot. Then we set the jetpack to 1, so that is if the jetpack is activated. Then at the 5, we will test for a player that has a scoreboard jump bigger than 5. So if you jump more than 5 times, or more or equal than 5 times, so more than 4 times actually, and the jetpack is activated, then we clear 1 coal from the inventory of that guy. At the 6th one, we will do our fill command. So we execute at all players, because even if the jetpack is off, we want to clear out the barrier blocks that we are creating in a quite big area. We are looking for barrier blocks and replace them with air. And then at the 7th one, we will just set for all players that has the jump value bigger than 5, and the jetpack is activated, the jump value again to 0, so we don't consume more than 1 coal. We'll just consume 1 coal in one of the ticks if the jump value is that high, and then set it back to 0 so we can consume them again. And then there's a repeater going into 3 more command blocks, and these are for getting the barrier blocks actually in. So for our players that have the jetpack activated, even if you don't have any fuel, you can hover down, and we'll just fill 1 barrier block underneath the player, and we only replace air. So if you're standing on something else, you won't replace your blocks. Then we also have a particle effect that you saw a moment ago, so I have a bit of an indicator for me if my jetpack is actually running. And last of all, we need the effect. So for all players that have the jetpack on and enough fuel, we'll give a jump boost effect of 1 second, and it's jump boost 10, so we can fly quite high. And I guess that I have to change this in the new snapshot, which I am in right now, but it still works with the ID, so that's good. And yeah, that's already all there's to it. For this, you just add a comparator clock to this, as I said, a repeater for these 3 command blocks, and then you're good. So yeah, that's all for this tutorial. If you enjoyed it, feel free to leave a like. Remember to leave some feedback, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this video with your friends. And I will see you in the next video.